What's going on, everyone? It's Updog here with you, and today I got a very important message for you. If you have the brand new Emma Frost unlocked and are using her on defense, she is not working properly. She is bugged. So I'll go over what's happening with her right now and show you why she's bugged and how she's bugged. And then we'll show you some, I got 3 clips for you to show you in action what is happening here. So how I discovered this, and big shout out to a couple of members of the doghouse, the Updog House, for pointing this out to me. But I wanted to make sure everybody knew, that way everybody's on a level playing field and nobody's getting an unfair advantage. So how we figured this out was there was a Crucible match where Orcus with the new Emma was on defense, and the person took Night Stalkers into that defense to counter them. So what we figured out was her anti-speed mechanic for non-mythic characters right here. Non-mythic enemies cannot have their speed increased except for by positive effects, which right now the only positive effect that can increase the speed is speed up. So speed up is okay with Emma. Everything else, like additional speed, like Zemo gets, Night Stalkers get, a bunch of other characters, that should be canceled out with Emma if Emma's passive is working correctly. But it is not. So I'll break down the speeds real quick for you, and then we'll show you the clips. So with the Orcus team, now remember this, we found this out when Orcus was on defense with Emma. Scientist Supreme goes first, and her base speed is 118. But in her passive, she gets 50% speed bar on spawn. Now, when we discovered this, there wasn't any anti-speed bar mechanics going on here. It was just a straight Night Stalker team. And so, calculating it out, Scientist Supreme's, essentially her effective speed once she takes the turn is 236. Now, if you're interested in seeing the calculations, I won't bore people with that in this video, but if you want me to send you the calculations, I can. So her on-spawn speed is going to be 236. So she, obviously, as you know, she goes first in 99% of the matches, right? Unless there's a speed bar mechanic canceling thing going on, which there wasn't in this match. So she goes first, she's 236, and then Lady Deathstrike, because Scientist Supreme gives speed up to all her Orcus allies when she uses her ult, which on defense she'll automatically do her ult. She gives speed up immediately to the Orcus members, right? So with Lady Deathstrike's base speed being 127, she goes second in the turn order, and her effective speed is 190. A little bit. There's some decimals in there, but we'll just call it 190. So, Lady Deathstrike should technically go second. And then Omega Sentinel right behind her, she'll have that speed up, which her base speed's 125. With the speed up, it's 187. So, 1, 2, 3, those 3 members should all go. Those 3 members should all take a turn before Night Stalkers take a turn. Now let's look at Night Stalkers real quick. So if Emma's speed canceling mechanic is working, then this extra speed from Man-Thing, where is it at? Right here. This extra 20% speed from Man-Thing should not be working. Because this is speed, not speed bar, just regular speed stat. So, Night Stalker's turn order. So let's see. So these guys were on offense. So the only extra speed they get is 5% speed bar from Oath here. And let me find it. The very first thing on her kit there. When they're on offense, they get 5% speed bar. So that would put them at, let's see, Blade would go first in that team, not first in the match. Blade should be 133.7 speed. So 133 versus, let's see, the first three members of Orcus were 236, 190, and 187. So he definitely is not going anytime before any of the Orcus members. Let's look at Oath. She's the next fastest person. Her base speed's 126, so her speed with that 5% speed bar would be 132. So she should go right after Blade, but definitely not before the Orcus members. So why am I saying all this? Let's go take a look at the clip here. Now, this is the original clip where we discovered it. This is Crucible. This is that Orcus with Emma on defense versus, and then the Night Stalkers on offense. So let's go see how it goes here. Alright, so Scientist Supreme goes first. Uh-oh, then Blade goes. Oh no. That wasn't how it's supposed to work. Wasn't Lady Deathstrike and Omega Sentinel supposed to go before him? Let me see. 236, 190, and 187 were supposed to be the speeds for those, if Emma was working properly. As you can see, she's not. So let's just play it out. Oath goes second. Well, third, technically, overall in the match. Then Lady Deathstrike gets a turn. Then Agatha goes for some unknown reason. By now we should have had Nimrod go. But he didn't. Now, granted, there was no Omega Sentinel in here, but that doesn't change much. Nimrod is a base 120 speed, but with that speed up that he gets from Scientist Supreme, he should be at 180 speed. So definitely a lot faster than Blade should have been, and Oath, and Agatha. But here we go. Night Stalkers keep going. Man-Thing takes a turn. His base speed's at 100, by the way. With the speed bar, it would have been 105. So, yeah. Something's fishy going on here with Emma's passive. So we'll let this match finish out. I'll show you another match where I was only able to do it in War Practice, but on War Practice, I did the same match here. Orcus Emma on defense, Night Stalkers on offense. Alright, so here's the War matchup that I was talking about. Again, same. We're comparing apples and apples here. We're doing the same teams. Let's see what happens in War. Alright, got Emma on there. The Orcus member, Scientist Supreme goes first. Then Oath gets the flip on the speed up, and she gets to go. I'm trying to slow this down a little bit so we can see it a little better. So Oath goes, then Agatha goes because she got the slow flipped. Now you may be saying, well, okay, they got the slow flipped, so they were able to go first. Well, the calculations just don't work out to be like that. Now after this match, I'll show you how this works when Emma's on offense, because when she's on offense, the anti-speed mechanic does work. So we put Night Stalkers on defense and Orcus Emma on offense, and you'll see even when they do flip the slows, Orcus still goes first because they have that extra speed to back it up, and they should be taking their turns first. Alright, so here's that last match. This time, Orcus Emma on offense, Night Stalkers on defense. Let's go see if flipping that speed up from the slow makes a difference. Alright, there we go. Scientist Supreme goes. They do flip that slow, the Night Stalkers do, but doesn't matter. They get to take a turn first because their speed is so much higher than the Night Stalkers. Speed up doesn't help them. And this is how it should be working if Emma is on defense, but it is not. So Emma's bugged. I'm sending it into the devs. I thought y'all should know to have an even playing field, but yeah, something they definitely need to look into to make it fair for everyone. So watch out for that. important stuff to know, especially with regarding a brand new character that you may have purchased. So that's all I got for you for today. Hope that all made sense for you. And until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we'll see you around.